There's a silent battle that happens every morning, before the world starts screaming, before your phone flashes its demands, before the weight of yesterday comes knocking. In that small sliver of silence, the battlefield is set. You wake up and you are faced with a choice: to drift or to rise, to react or to create, to surrender or to build. Most people lose before they even open their eyes. They let the day take them. They let anxiety decide for them. They let old habits own them. They don't realize the morning is a kingdom, and if you do not rule it, it will rule you. Thomas Edison understood this when he spoke of ideas appearing like flashes of lightning early in the day, before the noise drowned them out. Abraham Lincoln carved his thoughts in the still hours of the morning, before his cabinet arrived with chaos in their mouths. Success is not an accident. It is the careful, ruthless, determined domination of the first moments of the day. Because the morning is pure, untouched. It is the time before the world paints your mind with its fears, its gossip, its noise. It is when your spirit is clearest, your mind most fertile. When you win the morning, you build momentum. You tell the universe, I am the master of my time. I am the captain of my soul. The men and women who built civilizations, who crossed oceans, who turned dreams into empires, they knew this secret. They won the morning first. They understood that the energy you gather in the first hour, the mindset you create, becomes the fuel that either drives you to greatness or traps you in mediocrity. You can pretend it doesn't matter. You can believe you'll catch up later. You can tell yourself you're too tired, too busy, too whatever. But the truth is cold and clear. If you lose the morning, you spend the rest of the day trying to recover ground you gave away for free. And not just any morning, today, this minute. The world is built in tiny, invisible choices. Every empire, every masterpiece, every revolution was born because somebody, somewhere, woke up and said, not today. Today, I move forward. Today, I build. You don't need more time. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need permission. You need hunger. You need clarity. You need that silent fire that whispers, start now. You see, belief isn't something you stumble into. It's something you forge, like iron in a furnace. Every single morning, your belief is either growing or dying. It does not stay still. And the first thing you do when you open your eyes is feed one wolf or the other, the wolf of doubt or the wolf of strength. Henry Ford, long before the world called him a genius, was just a boy with greasy hands and big ideas. But every morning, he fed the wolf of belief. He chose to believe in something he could not yet touch. That's what winning the morning demands of you. A kind of daring, a kind of rebellion against the sleepy, safe voices that say, stay comfortable, stay small, stay afraid. It's in those first minutes you decide, will you lead yourself, or will you be led by fear, by distraction, by the empty noise of the world? When you build belief, you are not just hoping for a better life. You are claiming it, breath by breath, step by step. And belief is not fluffy. Belief is not naive. Belief is the soil from which every action grows. If the roots are shallow, the tree will fall. If the roots are deep, the storm is powerless. You want to be unstoppable? You want to build a life that roars with meaning? Then you must, every single morning, plant your feet firmly on the ground of belief. Even if yesterday was brutal, even if doubts crawl at the edges of your mind, even if no one sees what you see, you rise anyway. You remind yourself, the world may doubt me, but I will not doubt myself. Because belief is contagious. Because belief sets the tone, paints the vision, clears the fog. Because belief transforms a wish into a weapon. Clarity is the next gift the morning offers if you are wise enough to claim it. And clarity is rare, more precious than gold. In a world drunk on distraction, clarity is rebellion. While others scroll and stumble through their mornings, you will stand. You will think. Ask yourself, in that sacred hour, where am I going? Why am I moving? What am I building? Without clarity, you are a ship without a compass, a lion without a roar. You move, but you don't arrive. You run, but you don't conquer. Clarity cuts through the noise. It sharpens your mind like a blade. It says, not everything matters. Not every call deserves your answer. Not every distraction deserves your attention. Walt Disney didn't wake up dreaming about competing with every theme park on Earth. He woke up with a clear, burning vision, a place where magic lived, a place where dreams wore skin and walked the streets. That clarity, that laser focus, is why he built something timeless. Because clarity fuels persistence. Clarity gives suffering meaning. Clarity makes the grind sacred. If you begin your morning without clarity, you will spend your day chasing everything and catching nothing. But if you anchor yourself, if you decide, this is what matters, this is who I am becoming, then no storm can shake you. You must fight for your vision every morning, not once a year, not when life feels easy, every day. Because the world will try to steal it. Fear will try to cloud it. Distraction will try to water it down until you forget why you even started. But not you. Not now. Not anymore. You will defend your clarity like a lion defends its cubs. You will honor it. You will sharpen it. Because clarity is the foundation of destiny. And destiny belongs to those who dare to define it before the world defines it for them. When your mind is clear, your vision can ignite. And vision, true, living vision, is a force more powerful than armies, more lasting than empires. Vision is not a fantasy. It is a command, a call to arms, whispered first in the silence of your own heart. When Edison imagined a world illuminated by electric light, he wasn't describing something that existed. He was carving into reality with the knife of his imagination. Your vision must be vivid. It must throb with life. You must be able to see it, hear it, taste it, long before the world believes it's possible. A weak vision bends at the first resistance. A strong vision bends reality. The morning is when you sharpen your vision. The morning is when you sit with yourself and declare, this is what I am creating. This is the life I will forge. This is the mark I will leave. No one will hand you your vision. It is not assigned to you. It must be seized. It must be sculpted in fire and refusal. Without vision, you are a leaf in the wind, at the mercy of every gust of circumstance. With vision, you are the wind. You don't need to see the whole staircase. You need only to see the next step, with clarity and courage. You need to move, even when the path is covered in fog. Disney, Ford, Edison, Hill, they saw what others could not. They lived in the future while building in the present. And you, right now, have the same power. You have a mind capable of bridging what is with what could be. But vision without purpose is like a match without fuel. It burns for a moment and then dies. Purpose is the reason your vision stays alive. Purpose is not comfort. Purpose is not convenience. Purpose is the ache that says, I will not stop until this breath has built something that will outlive it. Purpose wakes you up when exhaustion says sleep. Purpose drags you forward when fear begs you to stop. Lincoln's purpose was not merely to lead. It was to preserve the soul of a divided nation. It was a purpose so heavy, so sacred. It carved the lines in his face and the fire in his spirit. Your purpose must be stitched into your bones. It must hurt not to pursue it. And every morning, before the world claws at you, you must remind yourself why you fight. You must say, today my purpose drives me. Today, my life is a weapon for something greater than comfort. Because if you do not declare your purpose, the world will sell you a cheaper one. Entertainment, comfort, numbness, and you will mistake distraction for destiny until your days have been spent in regret. But not you, not anymore. You will wake and remember, I am not here to merely exist. I am here to build, to burn, to become. Now, once purpose fills your lungs like fire, the next law takes its throne. Discipline. Discipline is the bridge between who you are and who you are destined to be. Without discipline, desire rots into disappointment. Without discipline, dreams decay into dust. The heroes you admire, the inventors, the leaders, the legends, they were not the lucky ones. They were the disciplined ones. When motivation vanished, they moved anyway. When applause disappeared, they worked anyway. When fear screamed, they stepped forward anyway. Discipline is quiet. It is not glamorous. It is forged when no one is watching. It is built when your body aches, when your mind wavers, when the easy path calls your name. Every morning is a battlefield of discipline. Will you conquer the snooze button? Will you defeat the endless scroll? Will you rise, step into the cold, and move when every cell in your body says no? Discipline says, I do not bow to my feelings. I do not bow to circumstance. I bow only to the oath I have sworn to myself. It is easy to be disciplined once. It is easy to be strong for a day. But greatness belongs to those who rise again and again and again without needing a parade for their efforts. And discipline births action. Because action, relentless, imperfect, ferocious action, is the currency of achievement. You can think, you can plan, you can dream, but if you do not act, you have built castles in the air, foundations of smoke. The world is moved by those who move. The world bends for those who push. Edison failed 1,000 times before the light stayed on. Each failure was not a grave, but a step. Each mistake was not a defeat, but a forging. You must act before you are ready. You must leap before you see the ground. You must attack your dreams like your life depends on it, because it does. Hesitation is death. Waiting for the perfect moment is death. Seeking approval is death. Action is the only proof of desire. And the morning is your proving ground. It is when you ask yourself, will today be another day of delay? Or will today be the day I move, I strike, I build? No one will push you. No one will beg you. The morning is yours alone. Your spirit, your vision, your purpose, they wait for no one. You must be the spark. You must be the fire. But even in the fire, even in the chase, there must be stillness. Not the stillness of inaction, but the stillness of awareness. Gratitude is that stillness, the breath before the battle. And it is not soft. It is not sentimental. It is power. Because gratitude is what keeps your soul from starving while your hands are building. In the early mornings, when the world is quiet and the storm has not yet begun, gratitude reminds you of what is already yours, not to make you complacent, but to make you rich in spirit. Because when you are rich in spirit, no setback can bankrupt you. You want to know who survives? Who thrives? It's not the loudest, not the fastest, not even the smartest. It's the ones who can wake up and say, I may not be there yet, but look at how far I've come. I may not have everything I want, but I'm not who I was. Gratitude sharpens your perspective. It lifts your eyes from what's missing to what's possible. It turns your mornings into altars and your efforts into offerings. Without gratitude, even victory feels empty. With it, even struggle becomes sacred. And once you've anchored yourself in gratitude, you unlock the next weapon, adaptability. Because life will not wait for your perfect plan. It will shift, it will shake, it will throw you curves when all you trained for was straight lines. And if you are rigid, if your ego is too fragile to pivot, you will break. But those who win the morning do not break. They bend, they move, they adapt like water, flowing around obstacles, carving through stone over time. Darwin didn't say the strongest survive. He said, the most adaptable. The greats do not cling to comfort. They evolve, they adjust, they rise with the storm and learn to dance in the wind. And in the mornings, that sacred hour, you must check yourself. Am I clinging to something that no longer serves me? Am I holding a blueprint for a world that no longer exists? Be brave enough to rewrite your story. Be wise enough to let go of the old plans. Adaptability is not weakness. It is mastery. And when you combine clarity, purpose, discipline, and adaptability, you become a force. But even then, life will test you. And that's where resilience is born. Resilience isn't a choice you make once. It's a vow you renew every morning. When the dream shatters, when the doors close, when the world says you failed, resilience whispers, get up again. Because resilience is not about the absence of pain. It's about refusing to let pain define you. You will be bruised. You will be doubted. You will lose people. You will lose money. You will lose sleep. But you do not lose yourself, because you win the morning. And if you win the morning, no loss is final. No defeat is permanent. Resilience is the voice inside that says, I did not come this far to collapse. I did not build this momentum to surrender. I did not survive all that just to quit now. When your vision burns in your chest, when your belief is deep in your bones, when your purpose is stitched into your skin, then nothing can break you. Because you are built from something deeper than motivation. You are built from decision, from discipline, from fire. And here's where it all converges. The moment your feet hit the floor in the morning, everything you are comes into play. You're not waking up. You're declaring war on passivity. You're not beginning a day. You're building a legacy. You're not just brushing your teeth or pouring coffee. You're stepping into the arena. You're saying to life, you will not have me by default. I am not here to survive. I am here to create, to shake, to move, to change. This world does not need more people who float. It needs people who fire. And fire begins early, in silence, in darkness, when no one is cheering, when no one is watching. That is when you decide, I will be relentless, I will be intentional, I will be different. You're not a product of your past. You're a product of your patterns. Change the pattern, change the life. The way you wake up is the way you will rise up. The way you start your day is the way you will build your destiny. Every morning is a rehearsal for greatness. Every morning is the moment you prove again and again that you are not average, that you are not lost, that you are not done. You are rising. Right now, in this breath, choose. Choose to stop drifting. Choose to stop waiting. Choose to stop blaming. And start owning. Start leading. Start walking like your life matters, because it does. The world may not hand you everything. It may never apologize for what it took, but it will kneel to those who rise with fire in their eyes and steel in their step. Win the morning, and no matter what happens, you've already won the day.